Hey you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel. We hope everyone's doing well, and we hope everyone's having an amazing new year. 2023 has definitely been interesting in the drag
Yes.
race world.
Oh
Um,
God, yes.
before we get into everything, I just want to remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our amazing content that's going to be coming out. So, as you see, we have a new setup situation. It's something we're trying out. If you like it, let us know. If you don't, let us know as well. You know, we don't get butt hurt that easily. Um,
Nah.
but we are here to discuss RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 15, Episode 4, a supersized snatch game. Woo wee. So, what did you think of this episode overall?
Um, it was a decent episode.
It
It was a lot,
it was a decent episode, and the fast pace actually kind of worked. For the,
right?
I was worried on how they were going to fit two snatch games in. Now, granted, I wish we got a little bit more of the snatch game from each group, but
Yeah.
I did like the pacing. I
It made the
did.
episode go faster.
Yeah, yeah. But I know next week is going to be like, because next week's a design challenge, so that's going to be fun. 13 queens doing a design challenge.
Mm.
We'll be here for it. Now, for the past few weeks, we have not given our official top five because the first week we forgot. And then the second week we were having technical difficulties. If you remember the technical difficulties we were having at the end of last week's episode. So, Miss LaCresha, right now, whom is in your top five?
uh, so I have Malaysia,
All right, Malaysia,
Marsha,
Marsha,
Robin Fierce,
Robin,
Sasha Kobe,
Sasha.
and it's the top five, right?
Yes. We go off of what they did last year, and last year they did a top five. I doubt if they'll do that again, but that's the rule we've always followed. So, who's your number five?
I'm gonna say Anitra.
Anitra. You better walk that fucking duck. Okay. Now, I'm going to share to you my top five.
Okay.
I have Sasha Kobe,
Okay.
Mistress Isabel Brooks, because I got to represent for Texas,
Mm-hmm.
Marsha,
Okay.
Lucy LaDuca, and
Okay.
Lux Nior London. Although she is getting on every nerve I have, I just know RuPaul.
Delusion. The
Yeah,
delusion is
RuPaul is
real,
just
darling.
gonna eat all that up. She's gonna eat
I'm
all
like the
that up, honey.
delusion. The delusion is real,
Yeah,
darling.
she's the one. I'm like, I would prefer somebody else be there, but I believe Lux is going to make it to the finale. Really do. But yes, it is time for us to get into the episode. So here we go. Well, boom. All right. So we start off the episode with saying goodbye to Poppy. Unfortunately, because of Poppy's bad handwriting, we don't know what she said. And I wonder if she tweeted out, "Hey, this is what I said," because it was hard for us to read it. And baby, they didn't even acknowledge the mirror moment. Now, this is the only part where I felt was rushed was the intro.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, "Boom! Oh, I can't believe I beat her." And I don't know who said us two, but they was shady.
Yeah, the shade.
5 seconds in, and they're already reading. I'm like, "Ooh, ooh." So I guess some people thought you should have went to the house, Miss Amethyst. Not me. I thought
Mm.
you won the lip sync, but I've been seeing quite a few people online who says they believe that you won that lip sync. To each their own.
Hmm.
So
Everybody got thoughts.
yeah, so we sit down and Sugar and Spice have the conversation about them, working separately for
Mm-hmm.
the first time pretty much ever, and how they're going to continue to grow from that.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha Kobe was once again congratulated for winning last week's challenge. Not gonna lie to you, I truly feel like we're looking at the winner of season 15. I really do.
Hey,
I really do.
I do too. That's
So
why she's in my top five.
yeah, like the others, yeah, but it's Sasha. It's Sasha. Although she didn't do well today, we will talk about that.
Hmm.
And then the delusion that is Lux New York London, darling.
Talking about I'm number two.
Like, does it matter?
No.
She's like, I just so
The,
happy to
the
be in the
the
top
only
two.
time number
What?
two matters is in the finale.
The only time number two matters is if this was a top two lip syncing for the win situation, then yeah, honey, you was number two. But it wasn't that.
Nope.
So in my eyes, you and Lucy are in the same playing field. Same playing field. And we have, I knew this day was going to come. Lux is one of them girls who is like into the track records.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, did you watch Untucked?
Yeah, I did.
Well, remember when she was going backstage, she was like, you know, there's safe, there's high safe, and then there's low safe. I was high safe. No, ma'am, you were not. Because I cannot wait to read your Amanda Lepore, okay? I can't wait because, honey, what was that?
I don't know.
My
I
goodness.
don't even know who that person is, and I was still confused.
And then, like, Lucy's face, like, really? Like, and then it turned into a whole little moment like, no, I'm number two. No, Lucy was like, we're number two. Like, like, why are we doing this when there's no prize for being second here? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was weird. So we move on to the next day. We come into the workroom, and then Spice reads Amethyst, and I loved it so much. I loved it. She's like, "Do you play baseball?" Because 3 strikes and you're out.
Yeah.
Oh, that tickled me. That tickled me to my core.
That it really did.
And then come to find out, Mistress gave her that read. I'm like,
Mistress said, "I'm mother."
Officially, it was announced this week that Mistress has adopted Spice and Sugar. So now they are part of the famous Brooks family, which is also in the Davenport family. So technically, Sugar and Spice is a Davenport now.
Oh. Oh.
Because Mistress's mother is a Davenport.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, Sugar and Spice are now officially Davenports. And that is a world I never thought I would live in. Never thought we would be here, but here we are. So RuPaul enters.
Sugar and Spice Brooks Davenport.
Now RuPaul enters the room wearing the Met Gala suit, which I was intrigued by. I'm like, okay. I didn't like the Met Gala suit then, and I don't like it now. So, what did you think of Mama Ru's suit for this week?
I don't. I think I missed this suit at the Met Gala last year.
Yeah, I didn't particularly care for it.
I didn't understand what it was. Like,
you
have no idea.
Back, I want to say like 2 years back, maybe even 3, the Met Gala's category was camp. And this is what RuPaul showed up in.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
That part. So RuPaul announces that we are having a supersized Snatch game where half of the queens will perform in the first one, and then the second half will perform in the second one. So we are going to get straight into the Snatch. Oh, this part was funny. When Selena was talking about being the Virgin Mary and the light started flickering.
Right. It went.
I'm like, sis, that might be a sign. Sis.
Let's not do the Virgin Mary.
Let's
How
not.
about that?
But yeah, it is now time for the supersized Snatch game. And we were joined by the pit crew for both sets. We had Bruno and Calyx on this one, which, Bruno's
I love how the little window is like cut out so we can focus.
Listen, there was a whole thing on Twitter about this. Whoever thought of this has a wonderful sense of humor, and I love them.
And then was like man spread. All the man
the whole time. But we were joined by Bruno, which I didn't realize Bruno's been around for 6 years. I'm like, it's been 6 years?
Mm-hmm.
Calyx just joined us last season. But it was just like, God, I didn't realize it's been 6 years. The only one that I've noticed was Jason, the dark skinned one that we had for many years, and then he left to go to ET to do, uh, I'm gonna say broadcast journaling for ET.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I miss Jason. Jason should come back. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into these snatch games. Up first, we have Marsha as Tim Gunn. What did we think of this performance?
It was. It wasn't actually a bad performance.
I was
Like
I
there
was
were,
entertained. I was very
yeah, there
entertained.
were a few more nuances she could have gave, but it was still like a stellar
This was a
performance.
solid, good performance. I chuckled
Yes.
several times. I love how Marsha even mentioned
Yes.
the pit crew being in their speedos. I'm like, come on. And like
Yes.
she played off of the other snatchers very well.
Very well.
Very well.
Oh my god.
Up next is Lux New York London giving us Amanda Lepore. Boo.
I was so disappointed with this.
I was too, and I'm like, Amanda Lepore could be funny. But we saw it with
Um,
Trinity on her original season. Amanda Lepore is probably one of them characters we just don't need to touch because
right.
she's not funny.
And you know what bothered me a lot were the little silicone pieces that she was using for cheek
Uh
enhancements.
huh.
I'm like, blend. I know you didn't have enough time, but blend.
Well, with Amanda, hers are like that. So I was okay with that because that's
Mm,
true to who Amanda is.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just don't think she had the characteristics of Amanda. And she didn't make it funny. You know, I can't forgive the characteristics if you
No.
make it funny. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Add an accent. If you're gonna play the straight man, then you have to have really great timing with that.
Mm hmm. Mm hmm.
And like her timing was off
It
by a
was.
lot.
It was. But up next, we have Malaysia Baby doll Fox as Saucy Santana.
Ooh.
So, what did you think of Saucy here?
She did okay. They didn't really focus on her a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It started off. I liked a few jokes at the beginning. I'm like, okay, this could possibly go somewhere. And then she
Mm-hmm.
just kind of faded, and she didn't really, play off the other queens.
Nope. There was a lot of side eyeing, and I'm like,
Yeah,
you
just
gotta speak up. The camera's not gonna focus on you just because you
yes, honey.
side eyed
Especially when it comes
somebody.
to snatch game, that's a big part. You know how you volley off the other queens, and you
Yep.
you just waited until you were asked the question.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
oh,
think they kind of prepped us for this double snatch game with All Star 7 when they had to go back to back.
that was exactly what I was thinking. I'm I'm glad they didn't make them do two characters like they made All Star Seven. Jesus.
No.
But up next we have Mistress Isabel Brooks as
Oh my
Rosie
God. Her roasting was so
O'Donnell.
funny.
She was so good, so good.
So good. Oh my
Now her
God.
accent wasn't there. It went
You
in and
know,
out.
a New York accent and a Jersey accent are very hard to do.
Yeah, it was going in and out. It was in and I love how
They're
RuPaul
really
halfway through
hard.
was like, "Why didn't you just do Amanda? Not Amanda. What's it? Abby Lee Miller? Or make a joke about that." Uh,
Right. Because those accents, they're very hard to keep up.
yes, it reminded me of seeing queens trying to do like a British accent when they really can't.
Oh God.
Yeah, and it just kind of goes ins it out, and I'm like, "Oh no, stop, stop, stop,
Right.
stop."
It's very hard.
But
And you kind of
accent,
have to. Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. I
accent
do.
aside, I
The,
thought she did great.
right. Yes. Oh my gosh. But it was so good.
Up next is Anitra as Georgina Ramsey, the sister of Gordon Ramsay. Why didn't you just do Gordon Ramsay?
I don't think she wanted to do mask drag.
I don't know, but she should have just did Gordon. And honestly, she was okay.
Yeah,
Like she wasn't bad, but she wasn't good either.
passable.
She was passable. It was okay. Okay.
But I completely forgot she was there. So
That part. Up next is Robin as Karen Huger, a real housewife of somewhere.
the Potomac.
Is it Potomac? I don't keep up with the housewives.
I don't either, but she mentioned it during her snatch game. Like,
Gotcha.
oh, I might be the queen of the Potomac, but blah 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 blah
See that I
blah.
missed
So
that. Now this was bad. This was bad. And
it
at first I'm
was.
like, ooh, Robin's gonna be in the bottom. But then we got the second snatch game. If this
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
it, yeah, Robin would have been in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this wasn't good.
No, it wasn't the best.
And like,
Like it was another character that I forgot that they didn't focus on.
and when they did, it was just, oh my, oh my, oh my. And then last but definitely not least, we have Selena Estides as the Virgin Mary. So what did you think of the Virgin Mary?
I just crossed myself. This was so bad.
Okay, hear me out.
Like,
Hear me
okay,
out.
I'm hearing you out.
I kind of liked it.
Oh God.
I did. It started off decent. It when we got to the whole pregnancy bit, that's where it lost me. I'm like, okay, Selena,
Right. You
you
know
do
what?
it.
You're right. You're right.
Because
She
that
didn't.
Last Supper joke she cracked at RuPaul at the beginning of the snatch had me howling.
Yes.
So like,
Last time I saw you was at the Last Supper, which is false, but hey.
it was just it was funny and it was a biblical reference and it worked for me. It worked.
Right.
But yeah, when we got to the belly bit, I'm like, girl, you better stop. You're gonna be in the bottom. You're gonna be in the bottom. Stop. Stop.
Yeah, because she leaned into that a little too much.
She did. But unfortunately for her, there was a second snatch game.
Right.
Ooh-wee.
Because she'd have
But
probably ended
out
up
of
in the
our
bottom
first
too.
group here, who was your favorite snatcher?
Hmm. I'm probably gonna say Marsha.
I'm gonna agree. Marsha and like Mistress did a really good job too, but Marsha really had me. Like she had the voice
Just
down, the
giggling.
mannerisms, like it all worked for me. It
Right. And
all
I love the fact that like the suit was on point with the measuring tape, the
mm-hmm.
hand gestures were good. Because I watched Project Runway for I think a good 6 seasons, 6 years,
Oh, look at
6, 7 years.
you.
Yeah.
All right, so it's time to move on to the second snatch game. For this one, we had Bryce and our new member of the pit crew. I think his name's Asif or Asaf. Apparently
Aesop.
he has been on the challenge, and he's been on Are You the One, which are both MTV shows. So, kind of makes sense we pop him in here.
Right. Look, at least he's working with something.
Stop, quit being nasty.
It's right there.
For
Like
all you know, that
Bryce
could be
is
a cup.
maybe it don't look like it. Because if that were the case, then the white boy, and you know I love a redhead, would look like he was packing too.
I'm so sick of you. Let's get off of this. So let's get to the second set of snatchers. Up first, we had Lucy LaDuca as Joan Rivers.
That was good.
Amazing.
Yes, it was so good.
Amazing. A
It
master.
was like maybe the fourth best Snatch Game performance.
Like, I would definitely put this in my top 10. Now, I will say Jimbo's Joan Rivers was better. But this was so good. It was so good.
It was so good. It was so funny.
Again, was balling off the girls really well.
Yes.
When she answered the question with Miley's foam finger, I'm like, oh, oh goodness, it had me crackling. I
Oh my
love how
God.
she
And
said she
that
didn't
was
miss
like the
none of
death blow
us.
right there. You
Oh,
can't if somebody else is using your props better than you, like,
that's where
yeah,
the problem comes in.
it becomes an issue.
But yes, this was so good. So good. We're moving on to Sasha Kobe as Jan Crouch. Now, the one joke we saw was funny.
Right.
That was it. Now, Sasha said online they gave her a favorable edit because she feels like she bombed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, maybe if we would have had the hour and a half like we were supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to force that Real Friends of Riho crap on us, um, maybe we would have got more of Sasha in this episode. I'm blaming MTV.
I think MTV is just trying to fulfill their episode quota with Todrick Hall
At
from
this point, like,
a decade ago.
my goodness. And I know we're not talking about the WeHo show. I didn't even watch it. I couldn't.
I haven't. I used to be a really big Todrick fan.
I was too until I found out,
He's
things.
just slightly problematic.
And I
And
said
it
I'm gonna
bothers
watch the
me.
first episode. I don't know when I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna watch it because I said I would give it an episode.
Oh, are we gonna talk about
No,
that?
we're not gonna talk about it,
Okay.
but I'm gonna give it an episode.
I have decided this weekend that I was going to binge a Netflix show because I
Which
was
one?
so there's a TikTok that keeps popping up about the song called Unsaid Emily. And I was like, that's a really good song. What show is this from? And it's apparently from a canceled Netflix show called Julie and the Phantoms.
That's an
And
amazing show.
I have watched the first like 4 episodes, and like after episode 4 I got really nervous,
Yeah,
and so my anxiety kicked in, so I had to stop for a second.
it is an amazing show. I'm still mad we didn't get another season.
And so I'm like, this is so good. Why?
Why?
Why? Look, every single show that they have based off of a Hispanic show, like, does well.
Yeah,
You got Jane the
apparently they hate
Virgin,
people
you
of
got
color.
Ugly Betty. I think that needed to be, if it had been on a regular network, I think it would have got a second, third, and fourth
Yeah,
season at
Netflix
least.
Netflix on my list because apparently they hate lesbians as well. But we're gonna talk about that at a later time. So back to Miss Drag Race here. We move on to Jax, who is the Mona Lisa. What did you think of Mona Lisa here?
You know what? For the like second and a half that they gave her, I thought she was funny.
It was real cute.
It was
It was
cute.
real cute. I was like, okay. I was worried we were gonna have another Hugo Theo situation from Espana season 1. I'm like, oh
Right.
god, oh god. But she actually did good. I'm like, okay,
Right.
I can rock
And
with
I,
this.
I, I love the fact that it's a picture frame and not her dressed as.
I like that too. I do. Up next is Sugar as Trisha Paytas. You go first.
You know what? Okay. So here's the thing. Because I agree with their critiques that they get later on in the episode.
hmm
Because, Trisha Paytas is not only known for her mukbangs, she's also known for being an argumentative little nut. Like, there were so many places she could have went, so many
Yep.
ex-boyfriends that she could have referenced, so many personalities she could have channeled from Trisha Paytas. I mean, yeah, I understand. You're sugar, you're cute, and we all get it, but sometimes I'm gonna need you to get a little ugly, just a little ugly. And sometimes a little ugly means putting on a short, hacked wig and being like, yeah, this is my other personality. I have multiple personality disorder. Because that's something Trisha Paytas has been canceled for before. Like, lean into those things. That would have made it funny. She didn't do that. She just kind of went for the cute, bubbly
And see,
personality.
I'm
She
not
could have
too
referenced all of
familiar.
her music, even.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not
Trisha
even too
Paytas.
familiar with Trisha. So this was like, okay, let me know who she is, and I didn't feel like I knew her after
No,
this.
Yeah.
Because
So
they gave her some time. They gave
they
her.
did, but it was just enough time to justify like this is why we get rid of her later.
Oh no, I don't think we'll discuss a little bit later. But let's move.
Although I will say like out of the two, I figured Sugar would go first.
Oh no, we're gonna discuss that a little bit later. Up next is Amethyst, who was Tan Mom. She did a decent job.
You know what? I barely know this meme, so I was like, oh,
I've heard
okay,
of
I
Tan
guess.
Mom, but I don't think I've ever seen Tan Mom.
I think she popped up on TikTok at the middle of pandemic. People were like getting on her case because her tan was a lot browner
Mm-hmm.
than this orange that they've put on.
Which I'm glad they did go more the orange route because we didn't want
Right.
nobody to mistake it for any blackface or anything like that.
Right.
But yeah, it was okay.
It was
It
all
was
right.
okay.
It was yeah.
Up next is Spice as Miley Cyrus. I'm gonna go first on this one. This
Right.
is the worst Snatch game I have probably ever seen. And we lived through Jeremy Carey's Lady Gaga. We've lived through Jiggly Caliente Snooki. We lived through King Tyra's Beyonce. We've lived through Miss Cracker's Lady Gaga. And this was worse than all of those, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This was so. I had to mute the TV. I couldn't handle it no more. Especially when we got to the bit where she was hitting herself in the head with that sledgehammer. I'm like, I can't. No.
No. She should have just stuck to Hannah Montana Miley.
And see, that's what I thought she was doing when the wig switched. I'm like, oh no, we're not doing Miley into Hannah. You're doing Miley into Bangers Miley. I think it would have been a lot more funnier if we would have went to Hannah.
Well, I knew she was I knew she was gonna go to Bangers Miley because that was the outfit she showed first, was the Bangers
You
outfit.
right. You right. I should have seen that
Uh,
coming. That was on me. Mm-hmm.
but the thing is she could have did like it trifold ways, like, oh, here's a blonde wig. Oh, now Miley is this. But there should have been like a smoother transition, and I really wish they'd have worked on their accent a little bit more.
Yeah, the
Um,
accent wasn't there, and every time she, I'm like, okay, Goofy. Miley has never laughed like that. You sound like Goofy,
hmm.
and you're not gonna do Goofy because you know a Goofy movie is one of my favorites.
Yep.
Don't play with, don't play with it. And then last and definitely least, we have Bretman Rock portrayed by Aura Morari. Now I will say she got the look down.
She does. She got the look
Baby,
down.
I was like, oh, you really look like Bretman.
Hmm.
Okay, I love the way you beat that face. You know, I don't know much about Bretman. You know,
Bretman is prettier, but I
that is
digress.
true. That is true. But I thought this was a good reference, but it was so bad.
Yeah, there was just no personality behind it. The people who do like YouTubers, they don't get like their all encompassing personality. They might see like one or two videos, be like, "Ooh, I think I can do them."
Mm-hmm.
Buy a wig, beat the face, and be like, "Yeah, I'm Bretman Rock," and think that that's enough. He needed, if they would have brought any of the 3 or 4 palettes that Bretman has collaborated on, said anything about Morphe, said any besides the coconut water,
Which I feel
said
like that
something
joke did not land.
exactly, said anything about his chickens,
He has
wore a better
chickens.
outfit, like, it would have been better.
Well, it was what it was. Now, out of this second group of snatchers, who was your favorite?
Joan Rivers,
Correct.
Lucy LaDuca.
Correct. Honestly, I thought we were finna have a multiple person lip sync, to be honest with you. I
And the
really
funny
did.
thing is they were in the same seat.
Oh my God, they are. But yeah, for real, Lucy was the saving grace. If Lucy wasn't here for this, well, Jax
Yeah,
did decently, but who knows how Jax really did because we only saw a hot second.
right. But Lucy like read everybody for Phil.
And it was so good. So good.
And it
So
was
good.
so good.
So it's time to go to the main stage. What did we think of Mama Rue's look? I get a better shot of this at the end, but what did we think of Mother Rue's look?
You know, I'm not a big fan of things flying off of suits.
Uh huh.
So I guess it was okay.
I like it. I like it. I do. I would wear this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would. Wouldn't be able to tell me nothing.
You know, the herringbone is just mm,
But I wish the wig was like black. I feel like the orange's hair kind of throws it off.
the ginger hair, yeah.
So I would have done maybe a black or maybe even a blonde. But we're
Yeah.
joined by Michelle, who looks lovely as always. Carson
Yes.
Kressley's here, which why is Carson here for the Snatch game? We need Ross.
Hmm.
Like, it's Snatch game. Let's get the comedian in here, okay? And then we're joined by our special guest judge, Amanda Stenberg. She looks
Do we know?
familiar. What has she been in? What has she done?
I do not know.
She's done something I've seen. I've seen her somewhere, but she's stunning. And I really enjoyed her critiques. I really did. So the category is a beautiful nightmare. Now, this is a question that I haven't asked in a mighty long time. And I think it's time to bring this question back. LaCresha, congratulations, you have been casted on season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race. You get your prompt and you see beautiful nightmare. What would you do?
Hmm. Beautiful nightmare. Did kind of sort of think about this. Um, a part of me would have been like literal and been like Beyonce reference. Let me do the robot outfit
Yeah.
from the Beautiful Nightmare video because that was my favorite outfit from that video. Um,
For me.
but
Oh, okay, go ahead, continue.
mm, I low key want to be like a dragged out Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, no, you know what I would have did?
What you would have done?
I would have did Candy
Oh, God.
and made the trench coat a long ass ball gown and had little bees flying everywhere, and my face would have been fucked up on one side.
I would have done the original Beautiful Nightmare, in my opinion. I would have done him from the Powerpuff Girls.
You know what I could see
I mentioned this several times throughout the year. So if I ever do get on Drag Race, and I'm gonna find a way to fit a him outfit in there. But like I would,
At least once a season there has been a him
there
reference.
will be a him reference. So I'm gonna find a way to fit him in there. Um, but yes, in this case I would have done a ball gown cut open in the front where you can see the thingies. What do you call the
Now,
thingies?
are you prepared to have the shoes on?
Oh yeah, that's why I wanted to be a ball gown cutout so you can see I got the shoes. Okay,
Because those shoes hurt. Them
I
ballet
I
shoes.
got the shoe. Oh no, I ain't gonna go that high, but they gonna be cute. They gonna be cute. But yeah,
Because they make shoes like Beyonce has worn the shoes that look like him
oh,
shoes.
I've seen them. Gaga's worn them as well, and yeah, no. So they're gonna be high, just not that high. But yeah, let's get into this beautiful nightmare. Cause the world is your runway.
I'm so glad they kept that song.
Me too. Up next is Marsha. Marsha. What do we think of this?
So I've seen The Dentist. I don't know if that's what she was actually referencing was the movie The Dentist. Because the movie The Dentist is a lot worse. Oh my god.
this
Uh,
this I get when she said at first I'm sitting there and I'm like, what's so scary about this? And then she's like, the kids hate the dentist, and I'm like, that's a little bit of a reach. And let me say this, I
exactly.
know the Dragula ghouls were laughing at these queens here because come on. Come on.
Yeah, they could have did a lot
They
better.
could, and I
Like,
think with me being a fan of Dragula, I'm kind of judging them a little bit more harshly because I've seen Beautiful Nightmare. I've seen four regular seasons, an All Star season, and a Resurrection season with beautiful nightmares all through it.
and Titans had a beautiful.
And we've seen Holland do an amazing nightmare themed runway. Oh, I still
Hmm.
think of Keta Minaj's. Oh, she was robbed. Anyway, that's who I want to see on Global All Stars, but that's a conversation for a different video. Um, but yeah, I didn't care for this. I'm going to have to boot this one. It's a no for me.
Yeah, it's a no for me too.
Up next, we have Living My Life in Lux, New York, London.
Lux,
I
New York,
love this.
London.
I love
You
this
know
so
what? I
much.
liked it too because
There's
she
only
didn't
one
have to
critique I
go
have.
something on the legs.
I wish the tights were gray. Since she
Facts.
since she painted, the upper half gray, it would have been nice to have some gray. Yeah, you can see she put gray on the tights, but I think it would have been more efficient if it was gray tights.
Right.
But other than that, and I love the cinder block behind her as she's dragging it. I'm like, the hair, this was good. She did such a good job.
Right. She was the definition of beautiful nightmare because
This
it was
was
like
beautiful nightmare.
I was a beauty queen and now I'm a zombie.
Yes. As you can see, they were
Although it was
jealous of her,
wife.
so they drowned her.
Yes. Although the story she spun was it was my wedding night and he drowned me.
Yeah. Yeah. Up next is Malaysia, baby doll, baby doll, baby doll, Fox. Um, I
I
love
don't
me
know what
some
the nightmare.
Malaysia, but this,
What's this?
no, I don't like it. I'm
It's
confused
not.
on the message she's trying to tell with this outfit
I don't know.
because it's
Dang.
beautiful,
It's a gorgeous outfit.
gorgeous, but
Just not.
is the face supposed to be what the nightmare is? Because it's not really giving nightmare.
Yeah, there's no nightmare there.
And this hurts my feelings because I've been loving what Malaysia has been presenting, but this
Yeah, nah.
it's a no.
Mm,
Is there anything you want to add to this here?
no, because
No.
I didn't understand it.
Up next is Mistress Isabel Brooks. This is cute.
It's
We've seen
passable.
we've seen similar looks to it, but this is really cute.
Hmm.
I love that neck brace. That
The
neck
neck brace
brace
is cute. I
is
love the red
everything.
velvet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The white throws me off,
Oh, well, I enjoy the white.
but I understand the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Although the way she spun the story didn't fit with it.
Honestly, I don't even remember the story she told about the outfit. Hell, the runways were all 30 seconds again. I'm sorry,
Her
15 seconds.
her story was spiders. You eat spiders every day.
Oh, yeah, you eat.
Spiders laid
Mm-hmm.
eggs. They've come out, and
I
she's
remember
trying.
that now, yeah.
And yes, and I'm like
And I'm,
that does not translate to your
and I'm
outfit,
like, I
but
wonder if
the
that's
outfit's
true
cute.
that we eat 6 spiders in our sleep.
Mm.
Mm-mm, I don't like that.
Then nobody should be on a protein diet.
So, up next, we have Anitra giving us a spider look as well. This
We
is
had like
cute.
4 of these.
This is cute.
Yeah,
That's cute.
love the red hair.
Yeah. Up next is Selena as titties. I like the makeup on the face.
She puts the lotion on the skin.
But yeah, I like the makeup on the face.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Up next is Robin Fierce.
You know, It could have been cuter.
I like the shoes.
I love the dress. It just doesn't translate to
I
me.
like the wig.
The wig is gorgeous. The dress is gorgeous. But it's not scary to me. I'd have dressed up like Michael Jackson from Ghost at this point.
Up next is Lucy LaDuca. This was cute.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I didn't get Jason from this.
No, I understood what the reference was supposed to be. I believe the material is wrong because that's like lightweight denim she
Hmm.
has on, and Jason has on a like a onesie, but
Hmm.
it's like a work onesie, and it is not denim. It is like polyester.
Yeah, and I wish it would have gave more of that onesie feel, and that
Yeah,
and it being ripped up made the dress, and I imagine that's probably what she's trying to do, but it doesn't really execute very well. But
because the materials are wrong.
I do enjoy this. I thought this was cute.
Yeah,
I
it
just
was a
wish
good
there was more
look.
Jason.
Mm.
I just wanted more Jason. That's all. Especially
Besides
since
a
you
ripped
told
up
us it was
mask.
Jason.
Yeah, it should have been aged more.
Up next is Sasha Kobe.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I wish I could look naked like that and look good.
Listen, as you can see from your screenshots, I've gotten multiple of Sasha. If you continue through them, yeah. Hold on, there's a third one. This was everything for me. This is Beautiful Nightmare. Came straight out of a Tim Burton movie.
Hmm.
Oh,
This is somebody who has watched 15, 24, 85 seasons of Drag Race, paid attention, and been like, boom.
this was good. This is good. Up next is Jax.
Ms. Jax.
I
I
love the
don't.
silhouette of this. And I
Uh-huh.
see where Jax is going. I just don't think it's properly executed.
Executed. Was she trying to be Medusa?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Like I
okay,
see where she
okay.
was going, but I just wish she would have took it to that next level. So I'm gonna give
Mm-hmm.
this a soft toot, a soft one, because
Mm-hmm.
I do like it. I do. It's just there's much more to this. Much more. What did you think of this look?
I appreciate the fact that the onesie is literally like full on, full body and goes all the way down and doesn't like stop at the feet.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Yes.
Up next is Sugar. Beautiful, yes. Nightmare, no.
Yeah, that part.
And she says she's one of them porcelain dolls, honey. If you were one of them porcelain dolls, then you should have painted pale.
Right.
You should have did that makeup that Sasha did with, without all the black, just that color of white on your face, arms, and a little bit of your leg that's showing to give that porcelain effect.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the first look from Sugar and Spice. We'll get to Spice here in a second. That I didn't like. I've been enjoying their looks, and I'm like, okay, I like what they. But tonight was not it. Was not it
Mm-mm.
at all. What did you think of Miss Sugar's look here?
Um, you know, they tend to try and work off of each other, and so it's like, oh well, I'll give you the pretty, and then I'll give you the ugly.
And the scary, I'm like, honey, you're not scary looking.
But nothing of that was scary. I think it should be like a requirement when there is like this type of prompt to be like, watch Dragula and see what we're wanting from you. Even if you do just follow how come I cannot remember that queen's name from last season? Do you know who I'm talking about? The one who used to be on Drag Race and then went to Dragula?
Oh, J. Jolie.
J. Jolie. I knew it was a J.
But yeah, let's move on over to Spice. And she said she was the creepy doll in the attic. So I'm okay with, the actual her skin tone here. Um, but yeah, no.
She looks like French maid costume to me.
It does kind of give French maid. It does give French maid. I agree with you there.
And that kind of like throws me off. They would have been better going more Monster High doll.
And see, I was thinking we were going to get something like that from them. And then seeing this, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Because like they're stuck in a Bratz doll era. And I'm gonna need you to expand to the
I don't
Monster
mind
High.
that. That's their thing. And I'm okay
Right.
with
No, I
that.
don't mind the Bratz doll era.
Mm-hmm.
I just need you to expand into like Monster High and Mattel.
Got you. Up next is Amethyst giving Lady Gaga paparazzi realness. Took my moment away from me, but that's okay. Um, I'm gonna go first. I don't like the panty. It looks weird.
I don't
I'm
think
not
they
sure
know
if
their
it's the
body very
material of
well.
it. It just looks like it's just a tad bit too big.
Again, I don't think they know their body very well.
But then again, they could have lost some weight while they were there, so it could have fit when they left. But they got there,
It's,
they got
but
stressed
it's only
out.
been like 4 weeks.
Do you know how much weight a person can lose in 4 weeks? Especially when you're
Apparently, I
already a
do since
smaller
I
person.
lost 10
I'm
pounds.
finna say, especially if you're already a smaller person, 5 or 6 pounds
Hmm.
could really do a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, took my moment away from me because I was like, I said this is what I was gonna bring, but I wanted to do it in a gown form, so I might still do that. But anyway, um,
Make
but
it
yeah,
different.
beautiful nightmare. I don't really see this as
Yeah,
beautiful
I don't get the
nightmare.
nightmare just because you had a gaga moment.
Yeah, it was just like out of all the times this look could have been pulled out, now,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't think it really fits the beautiful nightmare. I don't. I don't. Moving onwards to Aura Mayari. Um,
Hmm.
I was stunned. I'm like, okay, beautiful. Look at this, giving us like some not Wednesday, Morticia Adams realness. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
I can work with this. Then she turned around, and again, I'm spoiled from Dracula, and I'm like, what is this? No, I was feeling the fantasy. I was with you. I'm like, you know what? All you needed was like a black veil, and I was been right there with you. But then you turned
Hmm.
around, and I'm like, oh, hot potato, honey. What did you think of this look?
I'm not gonna be honest. I didn't really pay attention to it.
Okay, sounds good to me. All right, so out of all these wonderful queens up here, who had your favorite look?
Hmm. Sasha Kobe.
Correct. You can't see me, but I was zooming into Sasha's photo as we were sitting there quiet. I'm just zooming in, like, there's one option here. Well, there's another option, but there's one. There's one who
Because my only other like
was
kind of sort
Lux.
of okay was Lux.
Yeah. So, who had your least favorite look? Ooh, let's be messy.
Oh, Jax.
Jax, I think my least favorite would have to be Marsha. Because it wasn't
Mm,
beautiful nor a nightmare. At least the others got the beautiful part right. So we find out that our tops and bottoms this week are Marsha, Mistress Isabel Brooke, and Lucy LaDuca, who are the tops. And our bottoms
mhm.
are Sugar, Spice, and Aura. Do you agree with this top and bottom placement?
Yeah.
I do too. I do. I do. We find out that the winner of this week's challenge is Lucy LaDuca. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I do as well. She did amazing in the Snatch game, and she did decent with this runway. So I'm like, okay, let's
I
give it
think
to
it
her.
would have been hard to do Joan and Rosie in the same Snatch game. It would have been
Honestly,
funnier.
I think it would have been great if they were in the same Snatch game. Oh, I would have been
Like I said,
hollering.
it would have been funnier.
I would have been hollering at them two cutting up the way they were.
Yes. I think they'd have volleyed off each other really well.
But we find out that our bottom two is Sugar and Spice. The lip sync we knew was coming from a mile away.
Hmm.
As soon as we saw the cast, I'm like, yeah, they're going to make them lip sync against each other. I didn't
Of
think so
course.
soon.
That part.
I didn't
I
think
was
so
sitting there and I was
soon.
like, they really want to pull this card now?
I'm like,
You're only 4 episodes
that
in.
part. And honestly, Sugar didn't do as bad as Spice did.
Exactly.
Because, in my opinion, it should have been Spice and Aura in the bottom two.
Yeah.
It really should have. Like, Sugar should have been safe here. But as a producer, you can't, you know, it's right here. And, like,
Right.
they may not bomb another challenge. So, like, this might be the only chance we get.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I get why they did it. But I really think Aura should have been in the bottom two here. But we find out that they are lip syncing to You Better Run by Pat Benatar. Now, I ain't heard this in a minute.
I've never heard it at all.
Oh, I have. I have. And it has been a hot minute since I've heard You Better Run. I'm like, okay. Pulling back at my memories. I ain't heard this in many years. But what did we think of this lip sync?
You know, I knew that they were going to have some kind of like routine
See, I
situation.
should have known that they were going to do like a routine situation. I didn't. I was like, okay. I was like, I don't know why I didn't think it. But when they started doing it, I'm like, why didn't I think they were going to do this?
No, I knew they were going to do some kind of a routine because they do everything together. So
Now, listen,
it was cute.
it was cute, but it
I'm
could
trying
have
to
been
figure out how
so
they
much
came up
better.
with a winner, honestly.
Well, I think it's honestly because Sugar failed 2 times.
Yeah, and I think that's what did it too.
Because the rest of it, as you know, they were doing, their pre-planned bit. And
Mm-hmm.
I will say it was cute. I wish it was better. And honestly, I
Mm-hmm.
wish the producers would have thrown them a bone. Like if they knew that they were finna put Spice and Sugar in the bottom, change the song to something more poppy.
Ha
Give
ha ha ha.
give them something they could really play off and really build something cute for us. Because I really think the song choice was also wrong for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like this would have been a good chance to pull out a Dua Lipa number because I know we're getting one. they've been loving Dua Lipa here lately. This would have been a great chance to pull out Dua Lipa,
Yeah.
and they could have gave us a little moment. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and also she took off her shoe. Now, granted, she was chasing her with it. I get it. Then she fell again.
That I think that was the kicker was the fact that she fell again.
It was just yeah, and honestly, I just wish they would have planned it, but it was cute. But people online are talking about how this was the best lip sync of the season, and this is the best lip sync we've ever had. And I'm like,
No,
just
no,
no,
no.
no.
Mm.
Like, don't let us end up on the same season and us in the bottom two because knowing us, we were playing something. We'll show you. We'll show you what a planned routine looks like, honey. Okay. We will show you what. And both of us are somewhat theater kids. Oh, honey, performance, drama. We would have gave it to you. We would have gave it to you. We would have. But yeah, it was cute.
I
It was.
wish I was athletic so I could do a couple back handsprings or something.
But yeah, this was cute. Y'all are overhyping it online. Chill. Just
Mm.
because they pre-planned a routine doesn't mean it's like the best thing ever. Chill. 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 Please. But RuPaul made her decision and decided to
Mm.
keep Spice, which means Sugar must sashay away. Do you agree with this choice?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like I said earlier in the episode, I kind of knew if they had to go up, that Spice would stay and Sugar would have to
Well,
go.
if you remember, I think it was in like the first or maybe even the second episode, Sugar said something in the confessional. I'm like, oh, they're going to send Sugar home when it does happen. Because the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing is Spice can't function without Sugar.
Yes.
And now here's the storyline. Now, Spice, guess what? Now you're going to have to function without Sugar because she's gone. But I do
Mm-hmm.
think Spice did win this lip sync. So she says goodbye. And I wonder if this is going to be like the longest period of time that they've been apart from each other. Because the way they talk, they're always together. So I'm like, I wonder during this time where Sugar got sent home and Spice stayed would be like the longest period of time they stayed away from each other.
Uh-huh. Assuming Spice doesn't go home in the next episode.
That would be. I would be gagged if Spice goes home next. But we say goodbye to Sugar. She walks in. She leaves her message to Spice, not to everybody else.
Well, no, it started out to Spice, and then
To my sisters.
in the end it was like, to the rest of my
Yeah.
sisters, please take care of Spice for me.
Yes, I have to say I have it up right now. It starts off to Spice, and then to my sisters.
Yes.
Take home the
To
crown,
Spice.
you
Take
ugly
the crown
bitch.
home, you ugly bitch. To my new sisters, I feel your hearts. Take
Mm-hmm.
care of Spice. You're all sweeter than Sugar
Sugar will
will
ever
ever be.
be. Yeah, will ever be. And then that sideways heart thing, which I'm like, just do the normal heart.
Just do a regular heart. Why do we always have to go to text emojis?
We haven't had to do that in a long time, y'all, okay? So
Mm.
next week we have a design challenge. And just
Mm.
based off what they're saying, they have to get stuff out these rooms and make outfits. It looks like a Michelle room, a Carson room, and a Ross room. Honestly, I like the Carson room. I think that would be the room I would want.
Oh, why did I think that they had to like redesign the room?
Oh no, they have to make. Well, here's the thing. In the preview, it says you need to make outfits, and then you see them pulling stuff out of here. So I'm guessing Rue's telling them, "Hey, you got to make outfits out of what's in these rooms."
Hmm.
Because you see
Okay.
them, and then you see them breaking it down and sewing for the little piece. But yeah, I think this is cute. So
Mm-hmm.
that is it. That is us. That was our first time doing this setup. I really hoped it worked. I kind of liked it. It's just we can't see each other.
Yeah.
That's the only issue. I thought I was going to be able to
I'm
see you.
I'm just looking at a really, 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 really old
Old
picture
picture
of
of you.
Desmond.
Yeah. Um, and like if I turn my head this way, I can see you. But I didn't want to spend the whole video looking like this. Yeah.
Right?
So like I can see you now. Hey, but I want to look at the camera and the picture
Yeah.
because the picture is right here in front of me on my first screen. Oh snap! I hit my mic. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. I think this is the first time I've spent like looking at the camera as opposed to like looking at you.
And I've always had to just look at the camera because prior to this, I couldn't see you, but you could see me. But
Right.
yeah,
And
let
now
us
you can see
know if
me.
y'all like this. But overall, I've really enjoyed this. I'm enjoying this season, even though they're killing us with the length of the episodes. Give us the
Yeah.
90 minutes back, y'all, please. We don't care about the wee hoes. We don't. We don't. I hate to
Mm.
bust y'all's bubble. Did you see what they were putting in the comments for all the promotion for the WeHo on Twitter?
No.
See, they already done took their Twitter down. Um, I want to say this as safely as I can on YouTube.
Okay.
When they were posting their videos on Twitter, in the comments of it, people would post a certain type of corn that involves dirt. What's the same color as dirt?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
My eyes will
Mm.
never be the same.
Oh my.
Yeah, will never be the same. But yeah, that's it. I hope everyone really enjoyed this part. Oh, we've made it just about an hour. Look at us. Okay.
Hey.
So, Krisha, where can they find you on the social medias?
You can find me at Cresha McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see y'all next week. Bye.